You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy podcast network.
Damn, Daniel.
And here we go.
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football. Balls for everyone. Stay Stein, Mike Fish, and I am joined as always by Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, bonjour mon frère. How are you?
Please speak American to me. This is America. First off, I don't understand your crazy French nonsense starting this podcast, but I'm good. I know I like the new AirPods you got rocking.
Thanks.
Today.
I'm just saying, I can now give my views and opinion on the Giants through interpretive dance and not have to worry about being tethered. No one can hold me down.
To those pesky headphones. I always like when I do my other podcast. Sometimes we're getting ready. Like I do another podcast, Pass the Gravy. You can check it out wherever there's a podcast. But like I'll go like to go refill my water, and like Pat will talk shit maybe sometimes. I'm like, I fucking heard that, dude. I got headphones in.
Do you know what I also got for technology? For Christmas, I got a Ring doorbell.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah! I heard those are pretty electric.
They're pretty tight.
Pretty electric.
However,
anything interesting yet?
No. The only thing I've now got, I installed it today, and already I've had to fuck with it and turn some shit off because I'm decided I'm going to turn the motion detection off while I'm home because I really don't want my phone to start going nuts every single time I go out for a cigarette. That got really old.
Oh yeah, dude. I bet. We have neighbors, like we live in an apartment complex. So, like, I feel like there's more foot traffic probably than in front of, like, a normal street, I guess, depending on where you are, of course. But, like, I've been to your house. Like, I feel like we have a little bit more foot traffic in front of mine just because there's so many people living in such a small area. And, like, I go to work at, like 3:45, 3:50 in the morning. And, like, there's one apartment that's, like, right by the elevators. And I can always hear the ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, like, the ring tone. And, so like I hear that every single morning when I walk to the elevator. I'm like, just that's gotta be so annoying, man. Like this fucking guy goes like everybody that gets up super early or comes back from something, they get that ring. And you probably just tune it out after a while.
But then it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole fucking thing. Yeah,
I don't know. Ring doorbells are cool. My parents have one, and like I didn't realize there's like a whole like Ring doorbell app that's like the Nextdoor app where people just are like, is anybody saying this dog? It's like, I don't know. It's probably that guy's dog, a guy that's walking it. Who's this strange man? I've not seen him. I don't know. Did you just
there's like a social media element to it? Like chat to other Ring users?
The Ring app. I think so, yeah. And then you're supposed to have in your neighborhood so you can share, like, hey, this is suspicious. Anybody seen this guy?
No, I don't know.
I don't know if it's like Nextdoor, because Nextdoor is just thinly veiled racism. It's like, I didn't know who this person was, but they didn't look like they belonged around here. I'm like, what does that mean, buddy? Like, what do you mean they didn't look like they belonged around here?
But yeah, I don't know if you can like tone it down, the censoring of it, but I was getting notifications and I was like, because when you get, there's motion detected outside, and you can open it up and it will show you a video of that motion, and it was just like a car going past. I'm like, okay, I don't need to be alerted every time.
It's like 4,000
a car goes
little
past
like videos.
Yeah, it's too much. So I think I'll just turn it on when I leave the house, and that'll be it. I'm just not.
My parents.
And also, I need to work out
night
how
would be a good one.
Yeah. On. But also, I need to turn, because obviously there's a bit where someone rings the doorbell, and you can look at them and you can talk to them through the Ring doorbell. So I was like, I'm excited to test this out. So I installed it, and I was like, text my wife. I was like, hey, like, talk to me through the Ring doorbell. and she was like, "Hi, can you hear me?" I was like, okay, you need to stop now. You need to
Just
stop
talk
now.
to me like this is a camera. I gotcha.
Everyone can hear you. I need to turn this shit down because that you could hear it vibrating through the other house. It's like, okay, people 20 doors up can hear our conversation right now. Let's stop this. Okay. So
That's funny.
teething problems, but whatever. It's fun.
Dude, Christmas is fun when you get gadgets. You get gadgets, and it's just like, let's figure out how this is gonna work into my life from now on.
I also, because I take a lot of, I like a bath. I like a soak in a bath to relax.
Like a bath, a bath.
I'm a bath
I like how you say bath.
Bath. Because there's an invisible R in there somewhere.
The
but I got like this little thing where you can stick it in it, like
the
you
turn
it on and it turns it into like a jacuzzi.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I'm kind of scared to use it in case, because I know everything I've been taught up until now, don't plug something into the socket and then put it into the water. It just doesn't seem right.
Good point.
So I might have to test it.
I might have
to get a squirrel from outside and see if it dies.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just toss a squirrel in there. What happens if it doesn't die? You just like fish it out and you're like,
and now we have an extra pet. Now we What about you? I'm hugging all the Christmas joy. What did you get for Christmas?
I got hats. I sent my wife like hats to get me, and that was what I got. I got a cart. I got just very adult, practical things. Like I got a new ring light. That's cool.
Ooh.
Current one that I still have is like the plastic light part is like if you move it, it falls off, and it's a real pain in the ass when it falls off in the podcast. So I got a new one of those.
Is it an actual ring, or is it one? Because I've seen somewhere it's a big
like an
solid...
actual ring.
Oh,
with a circle, yeah.
But because I'm gonna have to start wearing, well, those Blu-ray glasses again because I'm getting too old for staring at computers all day. But you can just see the circles in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I think if you get that big solid lamp, it'll look less stupid. But I don't know.
But yeah, dude, Christmas is cool. Stoked,
it's all about
stoked about it. Would have liked the Giants to have got a win or West Ham to got a win to like bookend it, but that didn't happen.
Well, do we even talk about them? I don't think this is the time or the place, Alex, to bring them up.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll talk about them next week. What if we didn't? Like, you know what? It's just too difficult to talk about.
So yeah, West Ham. They were back in action after 6-7 weeks rest, and boy, did they look like they'd just been out partying or some shit. Because they looked decent for the first 30 minutes.
First half.
And then we went up 1-0, and I was like, oh shit. And then wow.
Second half, it was like we didn't even leave the locker room. It was bad, and like I feel like I've settled on a take last night or yesterday as I was watching the game. We were coming back from my wife's family's place in Grand Prairie, Texas. We were driving about 4 hours here.
That sounds like a lovely area.
It's not. It's around the Dallas area. But
I just imagine fields with poppies and people
Grand
running.
Prairies, yeah. No prairie dogs that I saw at least. But we left around 2:00, which was when the game kicked off. So I just was watching the game on my phone and just I know I'm glad you're sitting down, Mike, because I think I've reached the consensus that you are standing. All right, maybe sit down. Maybe
you
sit
won't
down.
Be seeing it.
Well, brace yourself.
Keep going. I can
brace
hear you.
Yourself because I think
AirPods in.
I think that Lucas Fabianski should be benched. And I think that Areola should be the new starting keeper because Fabianski was weak yesterday, man. And I think this season there's been some weird decline from him. And I know he's getting older, but just he should have saved 2 of those 3 that went in yesterday. And I don't know, like that second one that went in, he just sticks a foot out there, didn't really do anything to make a play on the ball at all. And then the other one, I thought he misread it.
Do you know what he reminded me of?
What?
You remember the movie Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
And when he has that that shocking incident, so the car is like going 5 miles per hour, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's going so fast!" I think that's what Fabianski's like happening. Like, so they kick the ball, and it just goes past him. It's like, Jesus, is he superhuman? That ball's going to, like he's just like his reflexes are gone. He's just like, oh
yeah,
shit.
it was like he was playing like you said like he had partied and was just like kind of hungover. Like I do that when I play like Saturday morning league, which is like pickup games where I'm like I'm not gonna dive for that. Like I'm not gonna skin my knees and then go to work all week with that. Like I'm not a professional soccer player. Fabianski is, and I think we should just give the nod to Ariola at least like for a little while, see how that goes. Because I'm not saying that it was entirely Fabianski's fault we lost, because like Kira just was shit. It turns out still that having one striker is not the best strategy necessarily. I mean, like, are we ever going to see Antonio and Scamacca on the field together for more than like 5 minutes? Because I don't think so.
Yeah, I was going to say he tried it once for about 10 minutes and then.
But yeah,
it didn't work.
Yeah, get out. Yeah. I don't know. They're like in Moyes we trust. I'm always gonna be down for that right now. It was disheartening. Like I was excited. We went up 1-0. I was like, dude, what if we like fuck around? Then we got scored on. I was like, all right, you know what? We could settle for a draw with Arsenal. We weren't really doing anything offensively, and after like we just gave it away. It was really just disheartening being like, okay, all right, if we can hang with the best team in the league, we're good. And it's like, nope, we can't. We're going to be a mid-tier team at best this season. And it turns out we're more not mid-tier than mid-tier.
Because what was it? It was like 15, 20 minutes into the second half. We was 3-1 down. It just came.
Because I kept being like, there's a lot of time. Like, oh, never mind. It's a third.
So at some point, my wife was like, when's this game over? And I was like, what, literally or figuratively? Because it's two different answers.
It's already over.
It's done.
If we're talking figuratively.
But positives, I thought Paqueta, or how were they kept pronouncing it?
It's Paqueta.
Paqueta.
I'm good. It's Paqueta to me. So
yes, Paqueta. That sounds more flamboyant Brazilian than Paqueta.
Yeah.
He played well, did some nice little trickies, which is always nice to see. I thought Craig Dawson played very well, even though rumor has it he's on the way out soon. But
almost got
who was that? Was
it penalty, right? Would you remember how fucking bullshit that was? Where they were like going to give a penalty and like, oh, that was Dawson. And he's like, I fucking hit it with my head, man. Hit it with my head, not my hand. Was it Cresswell? Okay, yeah. Fuck. I don't know why. Dawson was just yelling at the officials. Dawson was yelling for him. Yeah, no, I like that. But it was pretty funny watching them be like, it hit his head. It hit his head. And then it was like, oh, turns out, yeah, it hit his head.
But still, because I'm a referee and this is West Ham, I'm going to look at this replay 4 or 5 times, even though it's clear on the first one, it hit his head.
Yeah.
Fucking hate referees. And they hate us. But no, there was a couple of times when is it Nketiah was through and it just looked like effortless. Craig Dawson was like, nope, that's my ball now. And he just
I don't think so. Yeah.
It was beautiful. And that was still when we would 1-0 up. I thought there was a chance. But
yeah, that's where they just like our dreams, they fade and die. That's the song, right? And when things like this happen, we have to look back at that and be like, should have known this was coming.
I mean, yeah, the spoiler was in. And then
fuck that game.
Now we've got like 3 huge games. Let me just double check the order in which they come in, because we've got Brentford on Friday, then Leeds the following Wednesday, then Brentford in the FA Cup again. I don't give a shit about the FA Cup at this point. Wolves and Wolves. Everton.
I mean, all of those are winnable games. You would think. We just
you'd like to think,
right? But again, like you hope And what I'm hoping is like, okay, well, hey, dude, we got slapped around by Arsenal. Arsenal's number 1 on the table, like the top team on the table. Okay, maybe that's a wake up call we needed. Like, now let's go fuck up some not top tier teams. Everton is below us, all right? Like, aren't they? Or they're very close to the bottom, I thought.
Is there anyone below us? There is. Yes, so Everton are technically below us. Same point, same goal difference.
Brentford, we should beat Brentford. And Wolves is like, they seem like they've kind of started improving before the break. But like, yeah, we fucked them up the last time we played them, so we should beat Wolves. Leeds, I don't know how Leeds been this year.
They're 1 point ahead of us, so they're all there or thereabouts. So we need to take those games seriously.
Yeah,
and get Areola in goal.
I think like you got to do something to shake it up a little bit. And it's like, I know that everybody was just on this break and like you maybe came out a little flat, but you got to find a way to shake it up and do something that kind of puts a little life into this offense, because we haven't done anything offensively. And even when we get down there, it's like we're just like Antonio was flopping around hoping to just get a foul or anything like that to like make something happen offensively, because it's other than like fixed plays or penalties, we just really haven't been able to do anything. And it's pretty frustrating to watch when we get down to that, like they're in and we're in their box and just not doing anything consistently. And it's like you're just hoping a corner happens or something like that can maybe go through. But I didn't feel confident at all. Like after Ben Rama's penalty, I was like, maybe we get another penalty, because like once we got scored on, I wasn't thinking we were going to win. I was like, well, maybe we just play for the tie, because we don't really score, and that's a big problem. And like we need to address that. We need to address that issue. That issue should have already been addressed. I just don't know. I get like try to balance Scamacca and Antonio, because you need one of them at all times. Just try it out a little bit, man. Like bring up one of the youth guys. Like let's have somebody in conference league. Like let's fucking start one of the youth guys, and then we can bring on Scamacca or Antonio if we need to in the second half. But like, yeah, we got to completely like say fuck the FA Cup, fuck all the other stuff. We just need to kind of just figure something out, because it's really not fun to watch West Ham right now. Like not even interesting. It's just that the games aren't entertaining. It's just not a fun brand of football, soccer.
I mean, you did bring on one of the youths, Mubama. But that was like the 87th minute when I was like, what the fuck? Bobby McFunnell was in the drive chat. Remember when anxious to be a goalkeeper? He can start for West Ham.
I let Areola have the start over me just because he was like at a World Cup. But yeah, I mean, if called upon, I can have my David Martin moment, I believe. Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
In terms of I don't want to make any predictions. Like it's been a long break. We've already had our hearts hurt, hearts broken. Just make some changes, because I know Scamacca's injured, or he's got not Kone. He's injured. We've got a lot of injuries as per.
We need to figure it out. We need to figure this shit out. All right, guys.
Switch it up. Like, and even though I know we're not, because a lot of people during the World Cup were saying, see, this is how you need to play Paqueta. But you need to put him in this position where, like, basically Souček's position,
right?
Which I was like, a lot of people say, "What this is? All we need to do is play him like this, and he's amazing." It's like, well, yes, he is playing in a different position for Brazilian national team, but let's not also forget he is also surrounded by the Brazilian national team. It's not. I don't think it's just a simple case of putting him in a different position and suddenly he's going to shine. However, at this point, fuck it. Why don't we just try it? Because it's not like Souček. Love him, great guy, but he's not setting the world on fire. So fuck it. Let's just try it. Stick him next to Rice. See what happens.
Right.
It's not going to happen, but
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's honestly, I'm just ready. Like, we need to try something different at this point. I'm not saying that's what we should do, but we got to figure something out that's gonna shake up this lineup a little bit, because we're just not getting it done with what we've got going on. And like, it looks like on paper, it looks like we should be fine. Like, if this was a FIFA team, they're probably a decent team if you simulate the season on FIFA.
Yeah. I don't know. Anything else you want to add, or should we switch gears to something
I'm
slightly more
done.
positive?
Done talking about West Ham.
Before we talk about Giants, let's try to cheer people up with this week's joke of the day.
The joke of the day.
Seeing Tom Brady in that video is never going to be not funny.
Yeah.
So do you remember that back at the Oscars last year when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? Well, apparently he actually tried to escape, but people found him very quickly because all they had to do was follow the Fresh Prince.
The joke of the day.
Making me have to sit through the song at the end is almost as bad as the joke. So did you just Google like awful joke?
I'm not going to give you my secret.
It wasn't even like a timely joke. Like 6 months ago.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been thinking this one over for a little while. I thought somebody said, "Oh, that was what you thought of."
Just 6 months of script. I finally got it.
6 months from now, I got a great joke about Christmas. You're gonna love it.
The punchline is going to be Santa paws.
There you go. I do enjoy the segment. It's funny. It's like a torturous segment, but also a great segment.
Wonderful. The New York Football Giants. Let's talk about them.
Let's do it.
As once again, spoiler alert, I swear to the universe above that if you actually did the research and looked up every single NFL kicker and you looked up what their record field goal is and who's it against, I guarantee they're all somehow against the Giants in the last seconds of a fucking game.
Except for Randy Bullock.
I just knew, like, as soon as, like, because it was like, okay, clock's ticking down and they're going for the field goal. And I don't even know why the TV company bothered putting that stupid line up. This is field goal distance because against the Giants doesn't matter.
It's just like add 12 yards to it.
As soon as they said, well, this will be his longest field goal attempt ever. And I just walked off. I was like, oh, he's making it. Fuck you.
Yep. I had a friend that was texting. He's like, dude, there's no way he makes this. No way. And I was like, why? He's going to make it. He's like, why is it negative? I was like, I know it's going to happen. He's going to make it. There were just so many fucking times that we should have won that game. That interception, how terrible was that? That interception we thought we had. And then, like, I was fucking celebrating and then come back and it's like, it's under review. I was like, wait, what? No, don't do this. And then they drive down the field to fucking score the touchdown. Like, fuck. We get the ball back. We run it out. We fucking in that game, man. I don't know. I loved so much about what the defense did do at times, but like our secondary is just not there. We don't have the skill players to hang with like a Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen and TJ Hawkinson, who were just fucking shredding our secondary. Azeez Ojulari, before he got injured, he's a fucking stud. Kayvon Thibodeau's still a stud. Dexter Lawrence still a stud. Leonard Williams, when he's not injured, fucking stud. I don't know. Our offensive line was hit or miss kind of throughout that game. Saquon was a beast. We really were able to ride Saquon. And then Daniel Jones, man. Daniel fucking Jones. It was the most passing like yards or passes of over 25 yards he's had in a single game. And what was he? 30 of 42, 334 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And honestly, like I'm okay with like that interception wasn't great. But he was fucking slinging it, man. And when you're slinging it to Richie fucking James and Isaiah Hodgins and Daniel Bellinger, like, don't say Daniel Jones is not an NFL caliber quarterback. And that's what I think a lot of people have said, like, oh, he's not gonna be a guy. It's like, I don't know, man. If you reversed the like I was saying the other day when I was watching the Packers Dolphins game, I said Daniel Jones is better than Tua. I would take Daniel Jones over Tua. If you gave Daniel Jones, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill on this Giants team, this Giants offense is fucking electric. I understand we have offensive line problems. If you have Tyreek Hill who can just fucking run and go and you just dip and dodge to him, if you have Jalen Waddle who can do just any kind of route you need, the Giants are fucking. I'm not saying they're gonna beat the Eagles and win the division, but like they're right up there with the Cowboys on like threat level. Probably not defensively, actually. So I'm walking that back as I'm saying it. But like Daniel Jones, I think he just doesn't have the tools, and like he's lighting it up with Darius Slayton. He's lighting it up. Isaiah Hodgins had a career day. Isaiah Hodgins wasn't on this team 5 games ago. He was on the Bills practice squad, and he had a career game. Like Daniel Jones can make that shit happen. And Isaiah Hodgins, no shitting on him. He went out and balled out and made the catches, and like he's more reliable than a lot of our other guys. And it's like that. Like when Richie James drops the ball, you're like, fuck, it's Richie James. Like it's not Justin Jefferson. If Justin Jefferson was doing that,
and if
not cool,
I have to watch. And again, I don't want to dig them out because at this point, we're using receivers that either 5th string or weren't even receivers at the beginning of the season. We just have to use them.
Our number one was number 5 on our depth chart in training camp. So like, it's just below 5. It's 5 and under are who the receivers are. So like, yeah, like that's who Daniel's throwing to.
But if I have to see, because it happened at least once, maybe twice. I think there was one where you could argue that the throw was slightly behind him, but there was one again where the ball goes into the guy's hands.
You can touch the
and
ball, you can
somehow he manages to drop it. I'm like, come on! It was so frustrating.
Richie James and Isaiah Hodgins
draft as much as I am this year.
Richie James and Isaiah Hodgins having 16 catches in a game combined is nuts when you think about like who other teams in the league have at wide receiver, and that we're paying Kenny Golladay $1 billion to just not do that. He did have a good block. On one of the Hodgins runs after the catch. So I will give him that. But it's just like I appreciate, honestly, like that instead of him just going out there and disappointing, that Dable's just like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time with you. He's just like, it's almost like he's getting the Zach Wilson treatment, but he's not a number 2 overall pick or anything like that. He was just a very like the highest paid free agent at the time. But like we're gonna put you on the bench, buddy. Like, we don't really need you. We're gonna do whatever we can without you. And it's like I think I just was checking. The New York Times said 90% chance of making the playoffs. 90%, yeah. So like, we're in such a good spot. Not a guarantee.
I would be. There's so many things that would. I mean, again, I'm not taking anything away from the world and the universe, because if anything can go wrong, it will.
Please let us make the playoffs.
So many things would have to go against us for us to know. Again, I think
because I was so mad because we got in if we beat the Vikings. If we beat the Vikings, every team that had to lose lost. Every team that had to lose lost.
Even the Lions, who I was like,
fuck. Like the Lions are getting whipped by the Panthers. And I was like, yeah. And then the 49ers are beating the Commanders. Yeah, they've had so many fucking names. I can't remember which one it is. They're beating Washington. And just I think they have it better than that. Better than that, Alex. So, but just I was like, man, we could have had this, and we could have just that interception goes one way. Daniel doesn't throw the interception, and like 2 or 3 other plays happen, and fuck, we were so close. But like the Vikings are the 2nd seed in the NFC, and right now the way it looks like we may play the Vikings in that round. And if we do, I think we can beat the Vikings. We just showed that. Maybe this is a Patriots kind of thing. Remember, we almost beat them that year. We went undefeated, the year they went undefeated, and then we lost to them, and then we beat them in the playoffs / Super Bowl. Maybe it's like that. But like, I'm not scared of the Vikings. Like, I don't want to play the 49ers in the first round. I don't think the Giants are going to go on some crazy playoff run. I don't think the Giants are going to go on some crazy playoff run. I would love it. That would be fucking awesome if we did. It would be really fun. We'd make a little fucking fun out of this.
If we make the playoffs, and I'm quietly confident we will,
When we make
the only thing I would want, is if we won the wild card game. After that, I don't give a fuck. Like
if we could get one like upset win,
far gone beyond our expectations, whatever. A nice playoff win would be awesome. And then after that, I'm not going to complain if we fuck around and go to the Super Bowl.
Right. But we don't. We didn't expect this.
We
didn't expect playoffs coming into this year. We didn't expect anything like this. And the fact that the Giants could potentially beat the Colts and could potentially beat an Eagles team that has nothing to play for if they've already locked up the 1 seed this week.
And they've got no quarterback.
Yeah, and their quarterback's injured. Then I think that we could still fuck around and win 10 games. We've guaranteed ourselves not to have a losing record for the first time since 2016. There's pieces that are being built in the right spot. And I saw something being like, we don't just owe them to make decisions on this. You're wasting people's money and this. And they were shitting on how we don't Dable and Shane need to win now. And I was like, they are winning now. We're about to be in the playoffs and we're doing
more games than we've lost.
We can't just wait for another process. I was like, we need to absolutely do that because I think that's what Dable and Shane are trying to build. And when they do that, then we're going to have hopefully consistent playoffs. And we're gonna be a team that kind of sticks around. I would really enjoy that. That would be great. Dallas excited. And Philly haven't been great.
They have made chicken salad out of chicken shit this year.
Absolutely. And we're only going to get better when we add people. And if we can do that, that's going to be fucking awesome. And just I don't expect a ton, but if the Giants can get in, I don't know. I forgot that Nick Foles replaced Matt Ryan as the starter because last night I was licking my chops watching the fucking Colts and how we match up against them. We should have won the Vikings game. I think if we play the Vikings in the playoffs, we could easily beat. We could beat them. We could beat them. If we play in the playoffs. If we have Xavier McKinney back and Adoree Jackson, who has an outside chance at playing this week, if we can get some of those guys back on our secondary, I'm not saying you can only contain Justin Jefferson for so long, but maybe Hawkins doesn't have as big a day as he does. But moving on, watching the Colts Chargers game last night, the Giants match up so well against this fucking Colts team defensively, at least. I get it. They're gonna throw it on us, and they're gonna probably beat us, and we're gonna give up points because that's what this Giants fucking team does, and we're just not there yet secondary wise. But I forgot that Matt Ryan is not their starting quarterback still because I was like, dude, we are going to sack Matt Ryan 100 times. Kayvon, Dexter, if Lenny can play, we are going to fucking. We may murder that man. And Nick Foles is better on his feet than Matt Ryan, but still, I think we match up very well defensively at creating pressure. And it was my wife's or my father-in-law was watching the Giants game with me, and I was talking about how Wink Martin, he was they just leave so much open in the secondary. I was Wink Martindale knew that. He just knew he didn't have the secondary. So all he does is he blitz. So you're going to get somebody blitzing you, and he's just betting that somebody's going to make a mistake at a certain point under pressure and that it's going to benefit them. And it's tipped ball turns into this. Okay, interception, even though it gets overturned. Okay, turns into this. Or, oh, you broke up a screenplay because this guy had to rush a play or Kirk Cousins had a couple missed throws because there's pressure coming at him and he had to get the ball out. The Giants are that's how this team plays. And hopefully going forward, we'll be able to maybe not blitz every single time, but they're just sending guys and you don't know who's going to come at you. Maybe it's a safety blitz. Maybe it's a corner blitz. Maybe it's just Kayvon being Kayvon, but you're going to have somebody coming after the quarterback. And we're just betting that eventually your guy's going to make a mistake and it's going to, hopefully the game's not going to be too out of hand. If we don't just go down by if we go down 33-0 like the Vikings did to the Colts, we're not coming back like they did. But if we can keep a consistent lead, the Colts just don't really have an offense right now. And the Giants offense felt like they looked good, right? I felt like we had some stagnant periods in the offense, but it's like if we can keep making plays like we were doing on Sunday, I don't know. Like if we got the ball back, because and I know like it was the end of the game, it wasn't overtime, but I was like, if we go to overtime, we're gonna win this game because like our offense was unstoppable that final drive when we went down and we had the 2-point conversion and the touchdown. Like our offense we weren't trying to make plays. Like it was just fucking Saquon just whipping his dick out and fucking, all right, I can run this in. Fuck it, dude. Let's just get it. I kind of like looking back, it's like I wish if we had just like waited a couple more plays to get into the end zone, and like then it's tied, so then they don't make it down there. But like I don't know. We took that touchdown. We didn't just go out and like find a way to get it. We just took it, and
that's sweet extra 2-point conversion. Woo.
That was nasty, dude. But yeah, I think that if we just beat the Colts, I saw like there's all kinds of scenarios. If we beat the Colts, we're in. That's scenario number one. Just do that. I don't want to have to wait on like Washington to lose and Seattle to lose or Detroit and Green Bay to lose or whatever it is. Like there's 19 different scenarios.
It's 2 teams. If the Commanders and the Seahawks lose,
we're in no matter what.
But
we're also in if we beat the Colts.
Yeah.
And let's just beat the fucking Colts. Guarantee a winning season.
Washington play the Browns at 1, and the Seahawks play the Jets, who have got Mike White back. But that's at 4:00. I don't want to have to sit there nervously
I don't want to watch
watching
the late
Jets at 4:00 going, please. But I'm going to make a bold prediction, and I'm going to clip this because I'm going to be like, see, I told you. But based on, I appreciate the Chargers are different than the Giants, but our defense are very good. And I am going to say that the Giants are going to score a defensive touchdown during this game. I'm putting it out there.
I like that.
Hopefully it's K1 again.
The same. Yeah. Just to murder the quarterback, pick it up and run it in.
But
make him go back to Matt Ryan and then just sack the fuck out of him. That would be cool.
Take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Also, before we end, do you want to see my impression of 60% of Giants fans on Twitter?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, this is my impression of 60% of Giants fans on Twitter. Ready? Did we lose? We lost? Oh, it was probably Daniel Jones' fault. Yeah, Daniel Jones' fault. I didn't see the game, but it was Daniel Jones' fault. Fucking hate people like that.
You're fucking spot on with that. It's like, did you watch the game? He threw for 344 yards. Yeah, he threw a not great interception, but I don't fucking care, man. He's thrown 5 interceptions all season. He's fine. He'll be fine.
I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Just give him another year contract. Give him a 2-year contract. I don't fucking know. But like, I want Danny back next year.
Literally, like 4 positions at least that we need before we need it.
We did that name game the other day. Remember, like a couple weeks ago, we were like, all right, positions we need
3
more.
wide receivers.
Yeah, it was like receiver, possibly running back, linebacker, cornerback, other safety. So that's about 9 positions I would take in the draft over quarterback. And also we don't have 9 picks in the draft, I don't believe. So that would be enough picks for our whole draft. So like we need to do that in free agency and everything else. And I think we're gonna work on that. But like Daniel, just ride with what we've got. Like we have a decent system going right here. We don't need to restart.
Well, did you? I think it was Sunday.
I don't want Russ Wilson. I don't want him.
When I was watching the game on Sunday, a certain game on Sunday, and it just took me back to when people were like, "Hey, what do you think about the Giants? Should the Giants try to pick up Russell Wilson?" That aged well. Good Lord, that man's a finished quarterback.
Dude, terrible. It was fucking. They gave him so much money, and they just get nothing. And now a coach comes in and has to know, like, because they were like, all right, Nathaniel Hackett is gonna be cool. He's gonna get his quarterback. We're putting him in the perfect situation. Okay, fuck, we just fired the coach. We can't really get rid of Russ because somebody's got to take on that contract. Nobody's gonna do that. Fuck.
I think he's on something like 50 mil a year, or if not more.
Like $245 million contract. I don't know how many years it was, but it was a ton.
I think he's got 2 left.
Was it just 3 years?
I think so. Or it's at least 2 more years of guaranteed.
Okay.
Like that.
But yeah.
So yeah, they're fucked.
Now, I saw somebody was saying it's like the least appealing job in the league because like you're gonna come in being like, this is your guy, this is your quarterback, you have to make this work. So
yeah, I have no idea why they
sucks for them. I don't want Russ.
No,
I don't want Russ.
DJ's their man.
DJ's our guy.
I wonder what the odds are on that. Alex, you're the gambling genius.
I'll try and find them before Sunday, but like will there be a defensive touchdown? I'll check.
I mean, yeah, but would it be too early now for that to come out?
It may be. But there's probably some odd there somewhere. By Sunday, it'll definitely be up.
But yeah, this time next week, we are going to be celebrating because the Giants are going to be in the playoffs. Just putting that energy out there.
Just get it.
And can we please win a game by more than 8 points? Just give me some
blow
them out.
Like, let's go up like 20. Let's just blow them the fuck out and be like, all right, cool. We'll just run the ball second half, get it done, and just like show them like we're gonna get in the fucking playoffs, and we're just gonna take it.
Because this could be a game that hopefully I get to relax and enjoy. Because even like
give me a nice Sunday.
The Vikings, I was thinking when the game started, I was like, well, I'm going to be nervous if we're winning by 1 score. But based on what they did last week, I appreciate it was the Colts, but even if we're winning by like 20 points, I'm going to be nervous. It's like, fuck.
It was very frustrating. Very frustrating for sure.
Anyway. If you want to join a conversation, don't forget you can join us live if you are listening to this on demand. I know we've got about a 50-50 split of people that watch the videos and also some watch the audio. So if you are listening to the audio, feel free to join us live. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. Go to youtube.com/@CBBpod or go to cbbpod.com for all the links. But if you do want to enjoy some more audio or visual pleasure from myself and Alex, we do have other podcasts you can enjoy. And even though I know what the answer is going to be, one of the good folks at the Gravy Gang got to look forward to on a brand new-ish episode of Pass the Gravy tomorrow.
You will get the best of 2022 of Pass the Gravy. It's mostly a video version. That'll play better. So watch the video version on our YouTube channel. Just search Pass the Gravy Podcast, subscribe to it. You can also listen to it if you'd like. But this is one let's watch the videos. It's a good one. And I've been working on it today. This is just the list of bits that we have. And I've ordered them up. So we'll have, I think there's 52 different clips for you guys to enjoy, about one a week. One for a week.
Is it one a week, or is it just 52 best ones?
No, there's some I did not use clips for. There's some I did not. Like I have clips from every week, but there's some that I did not include because it was either like too timely or like short. And but yeah, it was kind of funny watching them back. I was laughing at some of the stuff, and so that's usually a good sign, I think. So check that out tomorrow afternoon-ish. It'll be out. What about Waffle Box?
Well, Waffle Box, we are also doing a best of 2022. However, I wasn't smart like Alex and kept notes and clips, so we're doing it manually. So me and Kush will be just talking about the best stories of 2022. Nice. Curated some of the stories, and we're going to kind of just discuss, look back at this wacky year of 2022. And in doing that, see, I normally, I wasn't going to say anything because I don't want to make it look bad. But I'm like, clip show. I don't normally like clip shows. Clip shows are boring. But going back through my notes and being like look, say pulling up a Waffle Box from February, I was like, I totally forgot about this. I forgot we spoke about this. This is going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
So check out Pasta Gravy, watch it, and even if you watch every week, I'm sure you'll be like, oh my God, I forgot about this.
Well,
This
it's
is
stuff. Yeah,
hilarious.
it's stuff like I forgot we talked about. I'm like, oh, that was this year, and I don't know. I thought it was an interesting couple of clips. Most of the clips are like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, so just a bunch of those.
Well, who uploads it to YouTube? You or Robert?
Robert will, but I'm editing it, so I may just do it.
Are you gonna? I hope you're not. Are you gonna do the timestamp chapters? Because that'd be fun for 52 clips.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll see. I'll ask him.
Look up for that. So yes, go to Wafflebox, or sorry, enjoywafflebox.com, at WaffleboxPod on your socials, or passthegravypod.com, or passthegravypod on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. Also, go to Waffle Merch. You can buy this cool t-shirt. Woo!
That is pretty cool.
Or go to merch.cbbpod.com.
Also cool.
Use code DANSTAN to get 15% off. Or go to pastthegravymerch.com. Warning, though, I'm pretty sure this isn't exclusive to our suppliers because, we use the same suppliers. But this is a pretty new, but I just got this. It arrived, and so it was just before Christmas, but it's in between laundry days. So this is like straight out of the bag. I'm washing it tomorrow, and stinks. So it has that horrible new t-shirt smell.
Yeah, I think it was sitting in like ink all day.
Yeah, like it doesn't smell bad. Like it doesn't smell like BO or anything like that. But it's just like, the fuck is this?
This is not an ideal smell.
No. So don't be an idiot like me and just wear it straight out of the bag. Wash it and enjoy it. Otherwise, you'll just have negative thoughts every time you wear it. You like
Exactly.
Vietnam flashbacks of like, oh, do you remember when I put this on? It smelled so bad.
Exactly.
Oh.
What it is.
Also, I was going to show off the socks, but I ordered them December 4th, and they're still in the printing stage.
Oh, really? Yeah, the Pasta Gravy socks we got in the store are pretty awesome. Very cozy.
So they did refund my shipping costs.
That's cool.
Still. Yeah. But they were going to be like Christmas presents, and now it's like, do I still gift them?
Maybe.
Or do I just keep multiple pairs of
You might just
socks
keep
with
a couple
my face
pairs.
on?
I have several pairs like that. They're just mine. I'm like, well,
So it's going to be nice. So I was going to put like a pair of Wafflebox socks in a Wafflebox mug and give them as like shitty gifts, but
still cool gifts. So I think it's cool.
Hopefully, if they get here by next week, I can flash them off on camera and you can be like, see my new socks. Be fun. What a great way to end the show.
Great way.
Great way. Sis, follow me at Only Mike Fish, where you'll be able to see photos of those socks when they finally arrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow him at Alex J. Middleton. Find him on Instagram where he's verified. I'm still jealous. But until next week, don't you dare forget.
Seahorses forever.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown. Can't hear shit. Never mind.